You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my reaction, really, my review to The Legend of Vox Machina Season 2, Episode 11. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. All right, y'all. It was a day on Friday trying to record all of these videos. Pretty much nothing was going my way. And I tried to record my reaction to episode 11 twice. First time wasn't even able to really get through it with how the recording was going. And then the second time, I watched the entire episode. I reacted to the entire thing. And I clicked back over into my recording. And it just kind of had stopped. It was a blank black screen. I scrubbed through, hoping maybe it was just the very end. Something happened. No, it was literally the moment I started watching the episode. So I have the intro and nothing else. And when it comes to a reaction, that's not really something you can just re-record. No, you have one shot at it. You have one chance. And if it doesn't go through, or it doesn't work, well, then you get a review instead. But I wanted to discuss the episode so we don't have this weird limbo between 10 and 12. So here I am to talk about episode 11 of The Legend of Vox Machina Season 2. So we kick off the episode right where we left off on episode 10. Scanlan is tied up by his daughter, his surprise daughter, and he tells this cockamamie story about some woman named Leia. No, not the princess. Nah, not when she's general either. But basically, he doesn't remember this girl's mom at all because, well, he's a little scamp. Hello? But she decides not to kill him and just leaves him at magical night point. Now, I'm still not certain what that knife is, if it is the power of the knife, because it comes back later, if it's enchanted, what's going on? But he's left at, well, sword point before he escapes, and she lets him live, but pieces out. Then we go back to the planning stage where Percy is trying to explain his plan to the herd, who are all like, homie, just tell us where to go. This is too much. I'm sitting there like, Percy, really? Just tell him where to dig. But, he has to go on and on and on. We don't got time for all this. Meanwhile, Vax is seeing the Matron of Ravens quite often and getting a little bit distracted here, there, and everywhere before he follows the signs out to the courtyard in which all of the dead corpses basically come alive and ask him to take them to the underworld, which is nuts. Not just the people they killed in battle, which certainly pop up themselves, but even like the king and such from the first episode of the season. So later on, Vax follows all the way to this temple of sorts for the Matron of Ravens. He's followed by Vex and Keyleth, who are obviously concerned about their fave boy. He says, I gotta do it alone, and he heads on in. Meanwhile, Keyleth has a little moment with Vex, tells her she has a crush. Like, girl, please, we all already knew. We've been knew about your little crush, girl. And if you want to know my opinion on what you need to do, step to the side and let Gilmore come through, and let the boys do what they're gonna do, okay? But Vax comes to this huge, shrine. He's being escorted by these hooded raven, her murder, if you will. They bring him to this pool of blood, and he, very unsanitarily, submerges himself, giving us all a brand new context and meaning for the term bloodbath. But he like pseudo dies, just sinks down. You can't really swim in this blood. But he has a one-on-one with some stunning animation on the Matron of Ravens. I love this sleek design they gave her. The animation just looks so gorgeous. It was a beautiful scene to behold. But she basically tells him, as my champion, we're not here to fear death. You're here to keep the balance of what death brings. It is the inevitable fate of all living creatures, including yourself. And I think ultimately she's asking him to kind of be an undertaker to help guide the souls on Earth to the afterlife, to follow these strings that connect all living beings to their destiny and maintain this balance. So in honesty, I'm still a little bit confused on what exactly this role entails. How is he supposed to do that? And she even was like, well, in a sense, you're kind of an undertaker in that way. But Vax seemed at ease with the situation when he emerged from blood and came out to greet his sister in Keyleth. So I don't think this is the last we have seen of the matron, and I'm sure we'll get some answers soon. Meanwhile, we see Umbilical Cord, the dragon, talking to their leader when he's like, the hall isn't all that great. But once again, it's reinforced that, yes, there is tension here. One dragon wants these vestiges for power while their king just kind of wants the gold right now. And then there was talk of an emergence. So what are we emerging precisely, dragons? And oh girl, the one from season 1, she was sitting there stoking that flame. She is really stirring the pot and in Umbilical Cord's ear about, the vestiges. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand you. But regardless, Ola Umbilical has to still fly back and come to collect, but we have set our trap for the dragon. He lands, kind of notices it's all just a bit off. He sees the plate and doesn't fall for it. Thankfully, Vex kind of like shoots up and he ends up knocking something over on it, gets caught up in the trap, but it's not strong enough. This final battle with the trap was legit crazy. Suddenly, he can become invisible. I think maybe that has to do with the sword vestige he has on his body. He's too damn strong for any of them to even have a shot at taking down. He is wiping the floor with the herd, with Vox Machina. I mean, I'm sitting there like, really? We have to take down 4 of these heifers? Are you serious? But among the battle, Scanlan and Vax have a little conversation. Scanlan reveals to Vax he is a dad that he didn't know before. His daughter's on her way out. She's on her own journey. And maybe Scanlan is on his own inner journey. We'll see. But he says, we got to enter the dragon. Not through the mouth either. We're coming through the back door. And thus they do. Once inside, it's a struggle. But Scanlan still has that magical sword and cuts it into place and stabs into the inner lining of the dragon's stomach. He can't get up. Umbrasyl's really struggling before he fights all this off. I mean, they are throwing everything they have at him. Grog using his new vestiges, Vex using her vestige. Everybody's just throwing everything at him. And he still is too strong. Lets himself get stabbed through the stomach and decides he's going to say, peace the hell out. Nah, I gotta go. So he flies away. Grog tries to stop him, but instead gets airlifted and is on the journey. So Scanlan is passed out in his stomach with Vax. Grog is riding on his back while the rest of the team in the herd are left behind. Low-key, I was kind of happy that Grog got stuck on the back of the dragon because that means we'll have 3 of them, 3 of our team over there. Extra help. We need all of the help we can get. Now, heading into episode 12, I'm not 100% positive episode 12 is the finale or not, but if it is, I can't imagine we have the resources to conclude this season, right? Like, this storyline just can't get wrapped up in an episode. How we haven't even demonstrated the ability to take down a single dragon yet. Even with a sphinx on our side, how in the world are we going to take down 4 of them? Plus, we're supposed to be getting those vestiges for the sphinx. Isn't that correct? So don't we still have to go see her once more? It's a lot. It's a lot going on. I've been saying all season, the only way to take these dragons down is to fully turn them against each other and let them be their own downfall. So we'll see what happens. But that was my recap, review, reaction, whatever you want to call it, for season 2, episode 11 of The Legend of Vox Machina. Sorry, I didn't have a normal reaction this week. Technology just said it ain't happening. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're coming back and ready for that reaction to episode 12. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. What did you think of episode 11? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.